And this is really for African American women and women of color, because what Essence did, they conducted a study that shows that African American women are not having household conversations around money. And the outcome and results of that is devastating. So Essence teamed up with Chase Bank and said, we need to really, change this. We really need to have a dialogue with African American women about money and finances, and really having the women speak to the rest of the family about money. And then, of course, with Harbor Bank of Maryland being the only minority owned and operated bank in the state of Maryland, Chase gave us a call and they said, due to your demographic and who you're reaching out to, we really like you to partner with us and help us host these currency conversations, because we feel as though it's so important. So we do have a powerhouse panel, speaker panel. We have Nike Robinson. She's the CEO of Black Girls Vote. Amy Griffin.
Oh, I know Nike.
Yeah, she's going to be on our panel. We have Amy Griffin. She's the CEO of the Griffin firm, the law firm.
Okay.
She has two law firms, one in D.C. and one in Prince George's County. We have Monica Mitchell. She is the founding board president of the Lily Mae Carroll Jackson Charter School. And then we have Natalie Cofield. She's the CEO of Walker's Legacy, and she's out of Washington, D.C. And then finally, I'll be on the panel as well.
Okay.
So again, it's a powerhouse panel. We're going to have a great conversation with about 130 women about how we can just start having the conversation about money and really impacting wealth in the African American community, specifically amongst African American women and women of color. So I think it's going to be a great conversation, a great discussion, and I hope that you all could come out and join us. But the tickets are going fast. As of this morning, we only had 57 available seats, so it's really going to be a great time. So please come out and join us. We are located, we have the information on our Eventbrite page, and you have to type in currency conversations. The Eventbrite will come up with that information. And then you can also send an email to info@theharborbank.com to make your reservation as well.
Folks, this is Lou Fields, BDX Live for Monday, August the 12th. It's now 1:40 p.m. In the studio, we have with us from the Harbor Bank of Maryland, Miss Tiana Wells Lawson. She's the Senior Vice President in charge of Business and Economic Development. And we're talking about a special event they're having on September the 10th. It's entitled Currency Conversations, and I wrote down Money Talks, and it's a partnership with Essence Mag, which we love, and Chase Bank, and I really appreciate the Chase bankers understanding to reach a certain market. Let's don't overlook our partner to be, Harbor Bank of Maryland, and let's do this the right way. So on September the 10th, 5:30 to 7:30, you have a stellar lineup of panelists, and I hope it's recorded so the brothers, we can see it some kind of way later on down the road. You know what I mean? And tickets are available at Eventbrite, or they can send an email to info@theharborbank.com. If that doesn't work, 410-528-1800. And just tell me what it took to get these wonderful powerhouse ladies to say yes.
It didn't take much of anything.
They were willing to share.
They were willing. Once I told them what we were doing and what the mission was, they said, sign me up. Nike, she has an office space in our shared working space on our 6th floor.
The incubator you have there at the bank. Yeah, so does my friend Leaders of Beat Struggle.
Oh,
They're there.
Great. So Nike's there. I called her before I can even finish telling her about it. She said, sign me up.
Yes.
So she's coming, and many of her Black Girls Vote people are coming as
that's one of my
well.
favorite groups.
So she's phenomenal.
When we do our politics, we always make sure she's have some time. Let's talk a little bit again, just to keep people reminding. It's designed for African American women of color and other women of color.
Yes.
And of late, the last 90 days, particularly since I started this special segment on Second Mondays, Business News Tips and Topics, I have been meeting a lot of African American women and Latino women and some Filipino women who are between 18 and 28.
Oh, great.
And they do graphic design, they do product services, they're in health and nutrition. I met one yesterday, she's a therapy, and she does all kinds of therapy and all kinds of things. And is this something for people who are just getting started, like these young ladies?
Absolutely. It's perfect for them to attend and really join the conversation, because we really want to just have an open dialogue about why don't African American women and other women of color have the conversation around the dinner table about money and how to grow wealth and keep the wealth in our communities, because other cultures are having that conversation, and we need to have it as well.
So have you lined up the topics yet?
Well, that's what we're still working on it, but it's really going to kind of be an open format and an open dialogue.
Will you start off with a panel discussion and then let the audience ask, because they will have questions.
They're going to have questions.
Anytime it talks about money, the ladies have questions. And I talk to a lot of young people, Ms. Wells Lawson. I always tell them, in your lifetime, you have to look at 40 years of work, 30 or 20 years of work, 12 months to the year, and either you're going to get paid weekly or you can get paid bi-weekly. And that's hundreds, if not thousands, of paychecks over your lifetime. And so although it is critically important how much you earn based on getting your qualifications, your education, academics together, but it's also crucially important to look at how much do you save out of those checks. Because you can look up 20, 30 years of work, all those checks you cash, and your bank account is still not right, and you're waiting for your ship to come in, but your ship came in every time you got a paycheck.
And it's so great that you should mention that, because this, exactly what you said, impacts all women of all economic, social levels. So you could have, a female who is a CEO and still need to have financial literacy training, or she's such a consumer. It's been said that, we are African Americans, we're really marketed to because we're such strong consumers, consuming, the red bottom shoes, Gucci bags.
We like nice things.
We like nice things.
We've been denied for 40 years, so
Absolutely.
we got to have some makeup.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we've got to just make sure that we have a balance to that.